Violations of building code. The plans created and submitted to the county are many and are as follows. Number 1, they falsified the plans submitted to the county for the solar system, thereby obtaining approval on false pretenses. The filing of the falsified plans is a violation of California Penal Code 115. The inspector who signed off on the permit was a senior building inspector. It was only upon inspection by a court-appointed expert witness in 2020 that I became aware of the fraudulent documents submitted to the county. This includes misrepresenting the nature of the main service panel at my property, which allowed them to install the system with purported city approval and without incurring the substantial costs of upgrading the electrical service to the property, as would be required had the service panel been accurately represented in the plans defendants submitted to the city. Number 2, they failed to upgrade the electrical service to my property and home as required by building codes and industry standards. This left the service incapable of safely handling the solar system's output, overburdening the service panel and attendant wiring, and creating a dangerous risk of overheating, short-circuiting, and fire. We've already had one flash fire. The installer tried to scratch out the evidence. This health and safety hazard has been identified to both parties, but they've refused to correct it. Number 3, they installed different and cheaper stanchions and racketing than required by the plans and manufacturer's requirements, saving money and costs but leaving dozens of unprotected penetrations throughout my roof, resulting in water intrusion, interior water damage, and mold. Number 4, they installed the solar panels with insufficient separation for thermal expansion, creating destructive pressure and torque on the supporting roof penetrations and further allowing water intrusion, creating interior water damage and mold. Number 5, during installation, they stacked heavy materials and tools against existing roof vents, destroying their waterproofing and resulting in water intrusion, interior damage, and mold. Number 6, they broke many roof tiles during installation without replacing them. Number 7, the solar system is physically incapable of generating the promised power. Number 8, they installed the system with microinverters they knew to be defective and incapable of processing the solar panel's raw output, thereby reducing usable output even further. Number 9, they left unmarked, unsecured, and unsafe wiring on my roof and in my attic. Number 10, they disconnected a major HVAC return duct in the attic, redirecting into the attic the heating and air conditioning intended for living areas. Number 11, they knew at the time of installation that my roof had insufficient remaining lifespan to warrant a 20-year solar lease, but they failed to disclose this fact to me and the fact that re-roofing later would be much more costly. Number 12, have been denied funding for refinancing because of the substantial damages due to the installation of my property by the solar installers. Number 13, their installation voided the warranty. I have contacted well over 100 attorneys looking for representation. Some of those contacted replied, "Wow, that's a mess. You need an attorney." And here I thought I was talking to an attorney. I've also been told that no case is 100%, but yours is 100%, yet they failed to take the case. Others never reply to my inquiries. The few that get in touch and go deeper into the case with me all eventually back out due to the mess my first attorney made of my case. My first attorney was incompetent in this field, despite his firm's advertisement that solar fraud is one of its practice areas. Trying to pay the attorney and expert fees, trying to get a resolve, has effectively bankrupted me. Each time I learned more, and how bad the situation is made me physically ill. The underproduction was bad enough. Then there was the roof leaks and all the water damage. When the roofing and solar expert submitted his report, and I found out how badly the install was, not code, how dangerous, how the solar panels are an electric and fire hazard waiting to happen, it made me more ill.